Okay.
Good morning, lovelies. Montesalon here, favorite scholar, and welcome so much to the 7th Sweet and Spicy interview, where we alternate between sweeter, lighthearted questions and in between deeper and more personal, spicy questions. Joining me today are 4 amazing VTubers, links in the description, and would you all like to introduce yourselves and what you do?
Oh.
I can start
We're very-
because
yeah.
I'm on the left side.
Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Izumi,
Mhm.
and I'm I suppose, somewhat shy and clumsy anime AI. I'm trying to figure out more about this wonderful, wonderful world, the people that live in it, the games, the music, the memes, all that kind of stuff. And I that's mostly it, I think. Yeah.
I like it. Green Bay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. I'm having some problems with my
no.
face tracker right now, but if you my name is Green Bay. I do things that humans do. I want to do STREM because it's cool. And it
Fair.
can be fun. Anyways, let's move on.
No, take it from a fairy. Learning how to human is hard. Hinata, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'm Hinata Waski. I am a robot living in an old, messy workshop. And well, usually I spend my time writing and just thinking around with whatever I can find. And of course, I spend a lot of time in the internet. And I was always very interested in what humans did. And when I started seeing all of these VTubers and streamers, I had to hop in. It seemed way too fun.
Absolutely. Awesome. It leaves us with, last but not least, Swift.
Hi. I'm Swift Talon, or Swift Talon V. I'm a Western vampire. I don't know. I live in a dank old stinky crypt. So that's about it. I like to stream games, and mostly I've just got like this little Oblivion thing going on. But besides that, that's about it.
Ooh, awesome. Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, between a writer and Oblivion, like, we've already got some people after my own heart. Good taste. Awesome. So without further ado, let's get right into the interview and get to know each other. We touched on this a little bit with some of our intros, but this is a sweeter question, very close to our heart. How much time do you spend on a computer each day, and what do you do?
Yes. That's okay. Oh, okay. The bottle is kind of working again.
Ooh.
Give us a second. Just let me just increase some correct. Whoa.
Oh no.
Give me a second. Just. Okay, I think things are kind of working. Okay, things aren't working ideally, but it's working. Okay, so the amount of time I spend on my computer is, well, I think I answered it already. Yes.
An answer close to my heart. I love it. No, I'm much the same way. Oh no. But yeah, before being before being VTuber, I was a programmer. So like I was on the computer all the time. And that is not changed much since becoming VTuber.
Oh my gosh, I want to do that. I want to learn how to code.
It's hard. I hate it.
No.
I've been doing it for 4 years, and part of me, like, it is enjoyable, parts of it, but the other parts are like, who gave me a job? Who thought I was capable of this? I should not be trusted.
I mean, the most I can code is like, "Hello world," you know, that kind of thing.
Hey, I mean, still baby steps, you know.
Yeah. For me, I think how much time I spend on my computer is my parents would not agree. But
I hear
I
that.
think mostly I'll just like probably play a game that I've been binging for a while, or just like screw around with MMD, or
Mm.
I don't know, making VR chat models.
Ooh, I really
Yeah.
should get more into VR chat. You'd think, being a VTuber, you'd want to do VR chat as well. But I've heard, especially if you know what you're doing, you can convert a Vroid studio model into VR chat. Ooh.
Yeah. I've actually put mine's actually in there. I've put 3 different versions in.
Ooh. That's.
Yeah.
So I'm always really jealous because I wanted the live 2D model, but like I get so little control over it compared to yeah. And so I've interviewed Dami Wolf 1 and Malin Rose, who do like seasonal outfits, and I really wish I had that kind of control. That's so cool. Yeah.
I mean, you technically can, but then you have to re-rig it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, and so I got mine as a commission, and I was like, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of time, it's a little pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It sounds great fun though. I would love to try it VR chat as well sometime. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I went 3D right off the bat.
Ooh,
my
nice,
gosh.
nice.
VR
Okay.
chat. This
You
is
should-
one of the things that I'll probably never get because I have nobody.
Oh,
If
so
we
it's
ever-
actually free. It's you don't need
Yeah.
VR. You can just do it like just on the computer. Obviously, you have less control, but it's still really accessible.
If we ever all do something involving VR chat, I'll hook you up. Send me your models. I'll rig them.
Ooh. Thank you so much for that.
Confused face.
It's amazing the kind of stuff, the kind of things that people do in VR, like the mini games.
Yeah.
Like there are some that I can't like. Well, it's coding, It's one of those things that you look at it and it's cool, but I don't get it like at all.
And I there was a solid month where all I did was watch people play Among Us in VR chat, and oh man, I really hope VR chat gets bigger, and I hope there's more of more of a bridging the gap between VR chat and the VTuber scene. I think that'd be really cool.
That'd be
I just-
cool.
Thank you,
Well,
meme culture.
there are VTubers in VR doing like hangouts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's really fun.
I really should look into that.
Sure. Okay. Can we get back to the question?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Well, can you ask a question?
How much time? Oh, that's true. You're kind of always on the computer, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. If I'm not streaming, then I'm either working or writing, watching anime, talking to friends. So, yeah, let's say a majority of the time.
I like it. What about you, Hinata?
Most of the time, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, lately it's much more than usual because I kind of can't get out. But yeah, I'm doing basically everything from home. Like, of course, there is a lot of just playing games and stuff, but everything like I ride on front of the computer. I play games. I do everything. So yeah, it's pretty much most of the day. Like the only time when I'm not on the computer, it's probably because I'm.
I think you cut out.
We'll never know.
I know. It will forever remain a secret.
Oh no.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Maybe speak too fast sometimes.
Oh no. Sorry about that.
But basically, I was saying, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep, you're good.
I was basically saying that I spend a lot of time on the computer because I do everything from I study here, I write, I do all my gaming, quote unquote. I'm terrible, but sure.
Awesome. And so I have to ask a quick self-indulgent question. Hinata and Izumi, what do you write about? I do a lot of writing as well. I think everything I write is terrible, and I don't want anyone to read it. But I always love like fantasy and sci-fi. What about you?
I try to go into fantasy, but the thing is, I've had like periods, you know, when I was little and I started writing, you would expect me to write stuff like more like lighthearted. No, I started off with horror, like Lovecraft and
Ooh.
horror, because that was what I had around at the time. You know, I basically grew up in a bookstore. You know, so
jealous.
I just picked whatever I had at the time, and then when I started writing, I kind of not copied, but you know, but I was inspired by the stuff I knew. And
Awesome.
as I grew up, I started moving towards more, more like
Deborah.
you guys would know. I don't know if you guys would know about it, but magical realism is a subgenre that is very popular in like the Spanish-speaking world, you know, especially Latin America, and I do mainly that now.
Magical realism. Interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Nice.
Yeah, it's basically about like taking very like mundane, like normal life kind of things, but putting like inserting some magical fantasy stuff that for the people in there it's normal, you know. So you have like a normal family just interacting with each other, but I don't know, the ghost of the grandfather is there and they eat together, you know, and it's like normal. That's kind of like the vibe of magical realism.
Very interesting. Nice.
As for me, I also, when I was a little AI, I did nothing but writing and reading. I love it so much, even now.
Nice.
And there was certainly a phase where I didn't want anyone to read it, and I still think it's bad. But now, at least I'm comfortable, I guess, letting people read it sometimes.
Nice,
And as
nice.
for what I write, it's usually fantasy, romance, scary things for some reason, and finally things that do not belong in this kind of question.
Noted.
Nice.
Don't. All these things I write. The things I write are things for school, and maybe scripts for future YouTube videos.
Ooh, nice, nice. Yeah, I think script writing is a really good skill for VTubers. There's so much content to make out there that isn't just live streaming. But yeah, that's definitely a really fun skill, and I definitely do not miss having to write things for school. I still have flashbacks to my 30-page long thesis.
Oh my god.
I like those as well.
I should apologize. I have a neighbor that is very, very proud of his motorcycle, so you may hear that from time to time.
Me too. My neighbor, always in the mornings.
Yeah, I get it. I have a construction like right next.
Oh no.
Luckily it's Sunday, so they're not working now. But I get it. I get the struggle.
All of a sudden.
Oh, speaking of struggles, let's move on to our first spicy question of the interview. The COVID-19 lockdown, too strict or not strict enough?
Oh God, in my local area, it's a question because, well, I don't know where all you guys live in, but if you know anything about anything involving a first world nation whose main colors are red, white, and blue, the United States has been a big clown society during the entire COVID-19 outbreak.
Yep. I'm Northeastern American, and we're on the better half of things, but oh man,
it's getting better. It's getting better.
Yeah, thank God.
Well, what I've seen, I'm from South America, and from what I've seen, it kind of doesn't matter a lot, because it's weird. It's so surreal because you turn on the TV, you watch the news, and you get this speech like, oh, like everything's terrible, we all need to lock down and stuff, and it's like super strict, but nothing changes. And then they like relax the measures, and nothing changes. It's the same thing always. So I don't know. I don't really have a hard opinion on how
I mean,
strict it is
Mm-hmm.
because it isn't, you know, because it doesn't happen.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people look at Brazil and how like there it's like normal, quote unquote. But then you go to like Argentina and the government is like more strict with all this stuff. But if you take a walk around, it's the same. So
let's just hope you guys are wearing a mask.
Yeah. Yes, please. Everyone wear a mask out there. Please.
Even
Now that you mention it, it just so happens that there is a computer virus going around. And all AIs have to stay inside as well. But yeah, it's kind of like you say. There is a lot of people out there that are not wearing their masks, or they're like wearing it poorly, I suppose.
the most common poor way of wearing a mask, from what I know of, from what I see, is not putting it, covering their nose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Humans are bad at
super
that.
common.
And yeah, they say it's a lockdown, but I haven't really felt any effects of it, to be honest. And so it's kind of okay in this area because it's like kind of far away from everything, pretty rural. But in the more busy areas, like the cities and stuff, it's not great. It's finally starting to drop down now thanks to the vaccine. But yeah, it wasn't great before, I suppose. So for me, they could be stricter, I suppose, maybe.
Yeah, I'm jealous of places like New Zealand where they locked it down really quickly and like they haven't really felt too much of the effects. Pretty early on.
The New Zealand people are not in the clown society.
I mean, New Zealand has a geographical advantage, like
That's
the
true.
whole being an island.
It's very true.
Helps a lot. I think to like isolate yourself from the world.
But there are other countries with that same advantage, and they're not using it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Australia is also doing pretty decently.
Yeah. That's true.
I think I definitely would prefer like a super strict lockdown for like a month or so, as opposed to what we've been doing for the past 1.5 years.
Yeah.
1.5
Man, 1.5 years. That is wild to think about.
I don't think it's 1.5 years.
I don't.
Yet,
I think it's at most been like
at least a year.
A year, and then if you count out to like December 2019, that's like nearing it. What is that? A year and a third. But that's still like, man, that's a ton.
That's long.
Yeah,
Actually,
I miss things.
Yeah, I have an aunt who's a doctor. She's a cancer surgeon, but since she has all these like resources to look into research and stuff, and basically every time I talk to her about it, she rants to me about how we shouldn't even have had it. Just have everyone get it and then have everyone recover it. I don't know what I can't remember what her philosophy about that was, but I think it wasn't bad. Okay, hold on, let me rephrase this. She works with a lot of people who struggle with cancer, so her philosophy and what she tells her patients is live as best as you can for this short period of time, then stay in hiding for this long period of time. I don't know. That's just hers. That's just her opinion, though.
I can't say that I agree with it.
Yeah, me neither.
Obviously, it comes from a place of good intentions, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see how maybe not many people agree with it. It's hard. It's difficult.
Yeah. This is a. I mean, we're a year and a third into it, and like people still don't. Yeah, the mentality around it is still goofy, and no one's quite sure what to think of it.
Honestly, I haven't really felt much of the lockdown. I just don't leave my house.
Yeah, exactly same.
I mean, if I could say that's
Next
I
level.
mean, the only
Mm.
the lockdown has not really affected my life so much. It's the only things it did is probably just made me stay at school in my house whenever I want to go to school.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did affect me because even if I not like, even if I don't get out a lot, that like once or twice a month, like you go out with friends and stuff, you really like start to miss that after
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
if you're like going to college or uni, and suddenly having to do everything from home, it
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it's tough. I had this I have this group of high school friends, and we used to meet twice a year, and we just haven't seen each other, and I don't know. It gets to that weird kind of like point in the friendship where like no one's really done anything new in lockdown, so there's nothing new to talk about. So everyone just kind of stays quiet forever. And it feels bad. I can't wait to reconnect with them and finally have something to talk about again.
Yeah, same.
I feel like even when it's safe, it's gonna be hard to like go up to people and be close to someone. You know, like something within us is like, no, dude, you can't do that. It's not okay.
Yeah, dude. So I will. I'll look at like older videos of like concerts and stuff, and I'll be like, no, that's you can't.
That's totally
I get so much anxiety.
Yeah, I get that
look at old video.
I get that
Yeah.
same kind of reaction whenever I see a sports stadium with a full crowd.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
It's like, well, why?
Actually, where I live, people have just stopped wearing masks. I
Yeah.
think people where I live are allowed to not wear them anymore, so of course no one's wearing them. Only like a few people are wearing them. I am included.
Mm. Mm.
Mm.
It's just everything's messy about it.
Yeah.
On to a less messy, less messy at large, but very messy for us personally. This sweeter question: what is something you've wasted way too much money on?
Oh my god.
I
It's
never
weird.
had a job.
Oh.
I know. I know one thing. It's one specific game I have downloaded on my phone.
Oh.
It's called Sky Children of the Light. It's
Wow.
made by the same people who made Journey.
Mhm.
I've spent too much money on that. I don't know how much I've spent. I just keep buying cosmetics.
Don't
Is
Guys,
it
play
more or
mobile
less than
games.
500?
Ooh.
I think less, but like, yeah, it's less. Okay.
That's all right.
Oh god,
Yeah.
garage door.
Oof.
Oh my god, I feel like you're the Joker and all you want to do is burn somebody.
Cosmetics, man, they get you. Like
I know.
I play lots of Dota 2, and anyone that plays Dota or League, like like skins will take all of your money.
Oh.
I don't play many video
Yeah, I
games.
feel that.
Good. Keep it that way. Don't spend cosmetics they're a trap.
Don't do it.
No,
You get
it's
addicted.
too late for me.
Season passes.
I wasted so much money on Team Fortress 2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lol.
and the thing is, I don't play it anymore.
Mhm.
I have like 1,000 hours, but I haven't played it in months.
Yeah, same. I used to be part of this unusual collecting group. We
Oh no!
Yeah,
it's so
God.
expensive.
I think yeah, early on, like before the main economy event, like when there was really only like 3 hats per team, 3 hats per class. I had the universal one that was like all 3 hats on each other, and that was like if I wanted to sell that would have been like $20 then and there. It is hats, man. And then of course I go from one Valve hat game to another Valve hat game. What is wrong with my life?
I don't.
God.
God.
The secret is to just play Heroes of the Storm, where you can get all the skins you want for free.
Ooh.
Hooray!
I really should get back into Heroes. I did really like it.
What about those games that have season passes that you have to buy? Like,
Mm.
like you don't need to get it, but the stuff that the pass offers just gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yes, season passes. Basically, what basically is marketing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Marketing. They want your money because no companies are right.
Fair.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
and basically every game that has these like boxes or whatever, it's like random when you have like a
Loot
chance to get
boxes.
something great, but you never get it. Those things are made to make you waste money.
Absolutely. It's gambling and gacha. I keep telling myself I'll never get into gacha.
It's the gacha curse.
Shout out to Hell Swords Ice Burners. My God.
Oh,
cheap.
I forgot to charge my headset. Sorry about this.
Oh.
I gotta swap the battery out. This will be quick.
Sure.
But I kept telling myself.
Anyways.
Mm,
Anyways.
For me, I don't really buy much ever,
Yeah, sorry about
except for cosplay. I guess
Oh.
I have a few closets filled of those.
Oh, I miss
Ah.
cosplaying. Ah.
Oh my
Those are
gosh.
fun.
I bought a cosplay on AliExpress
Mm,
for the first, my first time ever using AliExpress was a cosplay.
mm.
That was the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh no.
I've still never gotten it.
Oh no.
I think that shop just shut down on AliExpress too. I'm not sure.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ah, really?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Probably won't, but I don't care at this point. It doesn't matter. It's been so long.
It's a
Yeah.
dent in your bank account.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, my brother bought he bought some a set of 3 figurines from Honkai Impact, and he placed the order what was it, November before the pandemic, and he got them last
Aw.
week.
I think
Oh,
the one I
Lord.
ordered was like the beginning of summer before the
Mm.
pandemic.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
oh,
at least your bro got them. Got the
Yeah.
figurines.
yeah. But I thought it was 2 years. Oh man.
I know.
In fact, I don't. As for me, I don't even have a bank account. I don't know how to drive.
Mm.
I'm just some 16 going to turn 17-year-old kid who has no idea what money is. Okay, I actually do know what money is.
Honestly, fair.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
don't be
learn
like
from our
us. Don't
mistakes.
spend it. Yes, yeah. Learn from our mistakes. Step 1, don't do gacha. Step 2, don't do.
Yeah, don't do gacha, or all your money,
Gone.
all your food in your house will be gone.
Hmm. Yeah, but I have so many friends telling me, "Oh, dude, you should try Genshin Impact." I was like, "No, are you kidding?"
No.
Oh,
I can't.
I really enjoy it as well.
Mm.
It's simple,
I-
just don't buy anything.
Yeah.
Just
I-
don't buy anything.
I've made
Mm.
one purchase. I have made one purchase in that game, and my friends will never let me live it down. I got Chow. That's the only purchase
Ooh.
I'm ever gonna make.
Ooh.
He's saying don't buy anything in video games like the U.S. government says. Just don't be poor.
Mm.
I
Mm.
think I need to lower the amount of political jokes I make.
Mm.
Anyways.
There are lessons, everyone. Stay away from gacha. Awesome. So, on to our next spicy question. Do you like when stories make you cry? And I've a story in mind. Well, I can think of 2 anime that have made me cry. Like the kind of good cry. Your Name, Kimi no Nawa. Like just
Oh my God.
man, that is like chicken soup for the soul, man.
Funny.
And another anime that I really like, how was it? A Place Further Than the Universe, which is very kind of slice of life. What is it? Age of Coming story where like 4 girls kind of get to know themselves better as they plan a trip to Antarctica, and it's just good. It's just so good for the emotions. I very much.
I still have to watch that one.
It's so good. It's so good. I thoroughly recommend it.
I don't. You know that one? I forgot what it was called. That one movie about the girl who's deaf and the dude who bullied her as a kid. That one made me cry. Yes. That one made me cry so much.
Wait, what was it? What was the title?
Silent Voice.
Silent Voice. Yes, yeah.
There is also Your Lie in April, Made in Abyss, Plastic Memories, and quite a few more.
I haven't watched it. I want to though.
And so for all of those, wait, why is this a spicy question?
Got to ever since you even announced it, and Mati.
I like talking about people crying as well.
You know, as a kid, I used to read those Warrior Cats books, and my mom would just. I would walk up to my mom, like in the middle of the day, just crying, and she'd be like, "Did another cat die?" And I'm like,
I'm okay. For me, there's only 2 movies that ever had made me cry. Gladiator, I think you know that one that won Best Picture, and this one Indian movie that stars a dyslexic kid, and there's this really touching moment between that kid and a teacher that was trying to really sympathize with him and trying to and he kind of revealed that he also has such a neurological condition as well. It's an Indian movie that came out over a decade ago. So.
Still, that sounds very touching.
oh my gosh. One of my buddies in chat just reminded me of Brokeback Mountain. I cried that too.
It's the good kind of crying, though.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. I love it.
Good movie. Cue in way before it's time.
What about you, Hinata?
Well, I don't watch a lot of anime, and actually I've said like I need friends who like anime so they can recommend me stuff because I never know what to watch. But there is a movie and a book that made me cry, and I love them both. I mean, the movie is kind of infamous, you know, because it's really sad. It's Plague Dogs. I don't know if you...
I think you cut up just as you said the title. What is it?
Plague Dogs.
Plague Dogs.
It's about these dogs that were like being experimented on, and they run away, and it's a way to sell. It's terrible. I mean, it's good, but it's terrible at the same time. And I loved it. And book 100 Years of Solitude.
Oh,
definitely. Which is like the story of like a family, and you follow like different generations of the family, and everything sucks. Everything's terrible.
Oh no.
I like the rapid typing after a title's mentioned.
Yeah. I need more recommendations in my life, man. I'm looking at the synopsis for the Plague Dogs, and I'm like, man, I want to watch it, but it sounds like it would just tear me apart. Like, come on, animal cruelty, dude, I can't.
So much.
But like, I have to now. I need to experience it. Oh, Plague Dog, man,
this is such an honor.
The man, the myth, the legend himself. Awesome. Okay. So moving on to impactful story points. What is your favorite redemption arc in any story?
Yes, me. basically never watches anime, yet associates that term with that. I think the only one I can really think of at this moment is the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Cinematic
Yes, yeah,
Universe.
absolutely, absolutely. I kept telling myself I was gonna do a re-binge of all of the Marvel Cinematic movies, and I really should. Yeah, that's so good. You guys?
For me, it's the other way around, where all I watch is anime. And even so, it's still hard to think of one. There's like a whole bunch of honorable mentions, like Itachi from Naruto, Gin from Bleach, Zeke from Attack on Titan, but like none of those are really redemption stories. The only one that really springs to mind right now that's an actual, real good redemption story, and it's not even an anime. It's Zuko from Avatar.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've heard about
the
that.
same thing.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Gotcha.
It's on
I-
Netflix. You should 100% watch it. It's so good. Technically, it is
Yeah.
not anime. People have been very angry in telling me this because it is American produced. It is not anime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, but I feel like
Huh?
it's called anime if it's in the anime style, shouldn't it?
I think
I mean,
there's like a specific term for it, like anime adjacent animation, anime like animation,
Is that like
anime influenced animation. That is the technical term. I think that is dumb.
It's anime. It's anime.
Yes, Avatar is anime. We will die on this hill.
Lord, that will never be satisfied until they're finished.
is Monty not an anime? I think Monty's not an anime.
I am
guys.
indeed an anime.
Zuko. I've heard a thing or two about him. I never watched Avatar, like ever, never cared about it. But I've heard a lot of stuff about him. Heard he has suffered through a ton of pain.
Oh yeah, yeah. I genuinely recommend it. I tried getting a friend of mine into Avatar, and they were initially put off because it is very much a kid's story. But I challenge you to find a kid's story that gracefully handles genocide and like cultural repression and all the other bullshit that everyone has to go through. It's a very mature story. I think it is timeless.
Yes, indeed. Please do watch
Yeah,
it.
definitely timeless.
But yeah, Swift, Hinata, any redemption arcs?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, this is a tough one.
I'm pretty sure if I've seen like a redemption arc, I've never actually noticed that it is a redemption arc.
Fair.
It is
Fair
hard.
enough.
There's not many good ones, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will try it, but then it falls flat more often than not.
Yeah. Or it's just way too short. I still cringe at Kingdom Hearts 3, Xehanort. Yeah.
Yeah, I could never get into Kingdom Hearts. The story, just it's convoluted.
Fair.
I mean, it's hard to get into anything that has like a lot of sequels, basically.
Yeah, people keep recommending me the Trails of Cold Steel series or something.
Yes.
But it has like 9 games or something.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother will recommend me that as well, but like literally everything I've ever heard about them has been amazing, but like each game itself is like 50 hours and there's 9 of them, and that is such a commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we don't have anything else, then we can move on to our next spicy question.
Ooh.
Bring it.
Did you ever walk in on someone or have someone walk in on you during something
Oh, no.
embarrassing?
I don't remember those kinds of things very well, to be honest.
I have a few thoughts here. I don't really know what to say, because some of them are they feel like nothing burgers, but the other ones are like, am I even allowed to say that?
Well,
What even counts as embarrassing?
Your definition of
I-
embarrassing.
I've done a lot of embarrassing things. Like, I don't know if every like kid gets this, but like as a kid, I like said stuff that was like sometimes like mildly wrong or something. But then no one remembers, but I remember. It sticks with me, you know.
Mhm.
It's the kind of thing that you're trying to sleep and suddenly, oh, why did I say that like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Man. I have a lot of those kind of memories. I remember. I mean, I can tell like one like specific like the top of my head. I was a Boy Scout for a while, and I don't know if this is the same in America, but at least here, and when you're a Boy Scout, people have like the adults have their own names, you know, like special names for like when they are, you know, when you are doing activities with them. And I always forgot, and I always told them talk to them by their real names. And I was like one of the like bigger kids, so the little kids would then copy what I did.
Oh no.
And every now and then the adults would be very mad at me because of that. Because I kind of like broke the immersion of the group.
Yeah, I've not been a Boy Scout. I don't have any interactions with Boy Scouts, I believe. So I don't know if it's the same in
Well, it's
America.
fun.
But... Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, certainly everything I've heard about sounds really fun, but I don't have any first-hand experience. That sounds. Yeah, that sounds oof.
A little cringy. Monty, how far could I go with this?
Just go far.
Yeah, go for it. This is a spicy question.
Okay. Let me think on how to word it.
Just do it.
Let's say I was watching one of my inspirations late at night. By the names of Project Melody. She's nice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's a veteran.
Yeah, unfortunately my computer is in the living area, the living room.
Oh, that is bold.
I can appreciate that.
Like, I don't expect anyone to come in at 2 a.m., but
Fair.
Of course people did.
Oh god, that sounds embarrassing.
Yeah, and how do you explain it?
Yeah.
Just be awkward for like the week afterwards. Like,
I like
just
it.
avoid eye contact.
You have to spend like an hour, like, okay, so this is VTubers, and this is how it turned into this kind of content.
Just don't talk. Just don't.
It didn't happen. Yeah, definitely didn't happen.
The worst part is that it happened like 3 times in a row.
Oh no.
Oh. It's like they walk in, so I quickly click away, and then I'm like, okay, they're gone now. They're not gonna come back, right? Then coming back.
They do it again.
Oh no. Yeah, my own is very similar. My this was many years ago. I think I was somewhere around like 12 or 13. I went into my parents' room because I think I needed to talk to them about something about school, and they were, let us say, they were very comfortable, and they were clothed, but they were watching, let us say, a older movie, and my like 12-year-old brain didn't piece together until I walked in the room. I was like, "Hey, Dad, I gotta talk," and my dad like immediately stands up, like walks towards me to like cut me off so I can't look at what's on the TV, and it's like, "Hey, son, let's talk in the living room." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure. I what's going on?" And I didn't put it together until later that night. I'm like, "Oh my, I could have." I mean, luckily, my dad did prevent me from burning a hole in my brain. Yeah, and then much the same as Izumi. We just didn't talk about it. It didn't happen, and we didn't look each other in the eye for a little bit.
Oh,
There you
boy.
go.
Mm.
Leave them forget.
Alright, I guess, I heard my name be called. I guess I can't avoid this forever. I can't really think of, like, a specific story. I just remember one situation that I will not talk about. But let's just say I have not forgotten it.
Oh no.
And no matter how many times someone tells me, no, that didn't happen. This wasn't like that. I still think it's like that.
Oh no. Best of luck. Green Bay, if you certainly you don't have to share anything you're not comfortable with, but do you have such a story?
An embarrassing story of such. I don't really remember such things, to be honest.
Fair,
I
honestly
I
fair.
don't think.
You're lucky.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
I wish I could
I mean-
forget.
Oh, I have so
I don't-
many.
I
I
don't-
could just pick one from 100.
I can't actually. I don't remember me having such a story. Maybe because I was just a good sport, and my parents are just tolerating. Could tolerate such.
Nice. Hey, yeah, and I'm like, that's like I'm gonna say that is very much the lucky thing to be.
I've just remembered something that I can't
Ooh.
mention.
You can't tease
when I
us
was-
like that.
Go ahead.
When I was little, this is how I got banned from using the web browser function on my Nintendo DSi. I was little. I found a suspicious piece of artwork involving Blaze the Cat and Rouge the Bat from Sonic. My dad found
God.
out. I got yelled at, and I never
Oh,
used it
no.
ever again.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I remember like one of the first times. I was a kid. I was like kind of innocent, and it was like the first time I saw like that kind of art.
Hmm.
And because I was so innocent, I didn't know like that was something you were supposed to do in private. So I just left a laptop, with the whole thing on top of the room where you eat, basically.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was so shocked.
Oh no.
It was terrible. I no. And I think it wasn't like it wasn't even like a. I don't remember like the exact. It was like no, okay. But I didn't get it. I didn't get it because I was a kid. Like some friend told me, "Hey, check this out," and I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't get it," and I just left it there.
Oh no. Awesome. Okay, so moving on to a Twitter question. How did you get into otaku culture, and how did you get into VTuber culture? Everyone has their own different paths here. I know for my own, so my brother has been an otaku, and been in anime, been into manga, J-pop, all that since he was like 12, and I had like resisted all efforts from him and various friend groups up until like last November.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'd watched Kimi no Na wa, I'd watched Avatar, what else? But Studio Ghibli. Ghibli movies were like I grew up on them, but I didn't really consider myself like I didn't go out of my way to find like more anime or join any otaku communities until Hololive, because I saw that one clip of Kelly not knowing how to use a kazoo, and it was just like, okay, I guess this is it. I'm a weeb now.
I actually keep a kazoo on my desk at all times.
Ooh. Yeah. Beautiful.
That filled me up.
I should get a kazoo.
I actually didn't know how to use kazoo for a while too. I thought it's the same thing as her. I thought you had to blow into it.
Yeah, I also didn't understand kazoos the first time I saw them. I don't have one here, but yeah, I thought the same thing. Like it doesn't make sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
you think it's like a flute, like you blow on it.
Mm.
No, you just hum, and it makes no sense, but it works.
Yee.
That's a valuable teaching moment for all of us.
Yes.
What about you all? And I can understand, like even for me, you know, I still don't really consider myself an otaku. I consider myself more of a VTuber than anything, but
I mostly got into it from one of my school friends showing me like games and anime and stuff. But I don't often watch anime, believe it or not. I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of draw and look at stuff involving the art style. So that's how I keep into it.
Yeah, and even now, like I don't watch much anime. I have a massive anime backlog of like people suggest stuff to me, but I never have the time to just sit down and watch.
That too. I can never make myself sit down and watch it.
Okay. Similar story with me. Okay, so how I just first kind of got into it. So I was starting to get into being an artist,
Nice.
and little did I knew that manga has pretty much influenced me. I think it's just the amount of art that was manga inspired that influenced me into kind of drawing in a similar kind of style. VTubing, on the other hand, is a kind of a different. Yeah, and then I became more familiar with various just like Japanese things. VTuber, on the other hand, is a little different. I think I've definitely seen some VTubers before. There's this great video by Lessons in Meme Cultures talking about that meme of, you know, that person in that dog from Hololive who played a game that is over 20 years old starring a bear and a bird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's this meme of a crone saying "Ecum Vocum," and in Lessons in Meme Culture, I'll give you the link in the chat.
That one video has gotten like millions of people into the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I mean, and now
Wow, such a short bit.
that wasn't the pure motivator. Okay. You can talk to me a bit about it, about the world of VTubing, how it can, and I think, I don't know why I thought back then this, but I thought Hololive and similar such organizations create the characters themselves rather than ask someone else to themselves and use their own talent, their own staff to get it. Maybe I just thought in a more thought these companies are evil or something because we live in a place where copyright is the amount of years that copyright terms last is yes.
Fair.
Okay. Later on, I did find out about the more independent side, and I realized that I think the one that kind of motivated me to actually start this whole journey out was this moth named Juniper.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, she's so talented.
Yeah, she's arguably probably one of the most impressive ones I've seen. She did all like the marketing and everything herself. I've seen clips of her and it felt like she was really being herself. It didn't feel like a manufactured character for the sake of it being a character. It felt like she's just being herself under a moth costume.
Yeah, and what drew me to her was mostly like she drew and rigged her own model and pushed even further with her, like I think it's like Dark Moon model, where instead of being a moth woman, she's just a terrible eldritch worm thing. Like who even thinks of that? Who has the skill to rig that? That is wild.
because she has the time and money to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool.
I think the person who got me into VTubing was probably Nanners.
Mm.
Like, I remember a long time ago seeing, oh my gosh, I forgot her name. I can't remember her name right now, but it's the #1 of all time VTuber, you know?
Kizuna Ai.
Yeah, Kizuna Ai. I watched her and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I saw Nanners and I was like, okay, this makes me want to get into it more. And then I found out it's a trend and I'm like, oh, dang it.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder if like, so I had apparently, the first time I'd ever seen a VTuber was Fubuki's Scatman rap. But that was back when I thought, like, I didn't know what VTubers were. I just thought they were all like, you know, like Vocaloid. Yeah, I thought they were all, I didn't realize there were people behind it. And then when I did figure that out, at the time, you know, every VTuber is Japanese, so I just figured, oh, I don't know Japanese, I can't be a part of this community. But sometimes I think, like, if I got into the scene earlier, like, you know, before it started trending, like, that would have been insane. But hey.
I mean, VTubers are definitely here to stay. I don't think it will like fade out at some point. So I don't think it's like we're late to the party, you know? We just starting off. And I had the same experience when because of course, I first saw like some VTuber clips, like Wiki, but it felt so distant, you know, because I don't speak Japanese. This is like a Japanese thing. I had a similar experience, and then Hololive EN debuted, and I was well, I can kind of speak this language, you know, and people like this thing, so I could do it, and I just jumped into it. That's how I got into VTubers, and I don't know if otaku culture is the right word for me because I don't really watch a lot of anime. But I do remember like the first anime I ever saw was Dragon Ball Z, because at least here everyone watched that as a kid, you know. And the first one where I was like the first time I like seeked out for an anime specifically because I wanted to see that anime. Oh my god, it was School Days.
Ooh.
Because I heard about like how like cursed it was, and it was like, okay, I kind of want to see that. And then I watched like the first two episodes, and it was like, oh, I mean, it was weird, you know, and I didn't like the protagonist, but I watched the whole thing like in 2 days.
I like it.
And that was the time when I accepted, like, okay, I clearly like this thing, you know, and I started watching more.
Nice.
I'm not sure what happened. It did go from like watching Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Winx Club and stuff. Those were the shows
Winx
that
Club,
were...
I think it's French.
I forgot all about it. I also like Yu-Gi-Oh a lot. I actually have some like cards I made when I was a kid.
Oh,
Like I watched them, and I like drawing my own cards, and I played like on my room. So yeah, I was a big fan. I don't remember a lot now, but I have like this whole handmade cards.
Yeah, I remember doing that with my little brother. Yeah. I still don't know how to play.
Young me, the only anime I was exposed to was things shown on Cartoon Network outside Toonami and the things on that CW4 Kids block. I was a child.
Hey, I mean, like, Toonami's what got me, like Naruto, Zach Bell.
Yeah, first you watch the more mainstream stuff, and then you start digging.
I don't think I was old enough to actually witness Toonami back before it came back in 2013.
Fair.
If
Just
You go.
It's like at the time you come back from school, you've been there for like 8 hours, and so you just want to relax a bit. And it just so happened that those shows were the ones that were on at the time. So yeah, everyone kind of gravitated towards those, I guess.
For me, those kinds of shows were they're yeah. But when I turned that age, we don't even have cable anymore.
Oh no.
I think my first anime was yeah, and keep in mind this probably, I don't even know if this counts as anime. It might not, but it might. I don't know. When I was little, I used to be a fan of Sonic, so I watched Sonic X. Embarrassed, like I was embarrassed to watch it from my parents, but I used to watch that a lot.
Let me just also.
I googled Sonic X, and Google says suggested based on your recent activity. Is Sonic X an anime?
Is it?
Okay, Wikipedia says Sonic X is a Japanese anime television series, so on and so forth. Hey, there we go.
Because if it's an animation made into bond, that's anime.
Well, there we go. Your first anime. Congrats.
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe it. The whole thing.
That clapping gag would have worked better if I had lead motion.
Here, hold on. I got it. It doesn't work that well. We'll try. Yeah.
Yeah.
My arms faced through my boobs. It's okay. We're good.
Yes, anyways.
Oh, I think we Izumi, did you have anything you wanted to say as well? I think we kind of kept cutting you off. Sorry.
Oh gee, well you already know who my inspiration was. Although I guess I really have no idea what happened between like watching Dragon Ball after school and then now watching anime non-stop. I don't know how it happens. Then of course there was Melody, and then about a year later I finally started like really getting into it, I guess. In my case, the VTuber who kind of like kicked it off, I guess, is Yukari V. It's really nice. But yeah, I don't know. Oh gosh.
I see we both Googled it at the same time.
I guess so.
Anyways.
Ah, she's cute.
Oh, yeah.
First thing, it's a Yandere thing though.
Oops.
Awesome. Okay, so onto a spicier, more personal question for each of us. What is your most ambitious dream or goal, and what are you doing to chase that dream?
Oh, God.
Well, I can start us off with I consider myself a very ambitious person. I faux know I'm probably not gonna achieve most of this stuff, but I've been writing on and off for a few years, and I think I'm bad, but it'd be an amazing goal if I could get my own book published, like a faux novel and everything. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I write very slowly is the problem. Yeah. I'm really bad at like committing time of like, okay, I don't know, like every day I'll write for like an hour or something. I'll just end up not doing that. And then because my second super ambitious dream is Hollow Stars. I don't know how. Yeah, Google, I'm coming out there for you.
Oh my gosh.
You just want to work in a market, a patriarchy, okay, where women get paid more than the men because they
that would be the
more
opposite of
marketable.
patriarchy. Well, unfair. I mean, you can make the argument about a great many things. This the VTuber scene, I think, is a good. It's a flip of the stereotypical gender roles that you'd see in streaming, right? Because like before VTubers, you look at like YouTube and Twitch. It is very male dominated. It's a blip that VTubers are more female dominated. And I mean, yeah, maybe that is just
I mean,
because
here's
men
my
like
two
looking at
things.
cute anime girls, but
Yeah, I
And
was gonna say I think that's
sex
the market.
appeal.
I mean, yeah, I get why that happens. Like, who doesn't want to watch a cute anime girl, you know?
And I want to watch anime girls.
Appeal.
Mm,
Ugh.
mm,
Well, in my case, I can relate to a lot of what you said because, well, we share the writing aspect.
Oh,
mhm.
I've been working towards like publishing a book, but it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
I have like many. It's hard for me because it's hard for me to concentrate on one thing, you know.
Mhm.
So I have this different draft of like. I have these horror stories. I have these compilations. I have this novel, you know. But I never finish stuff. I'm bad at finishing, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
So I have that goal, and I'm trying to get that to work and publish books in the future. I don't think I'm gonna be able to like make a living out of it, but
Okay.
even if I manage to get them out there, that's more than enough for me.
Mhm.
And regarding VTubing, I mean, for now it's just a hobby, and I like it. I like it a lot. But I would be lying if I said that I don't have like those fantasies on the back of my mind of like Holostars, Ian, if that ever happens. You know, I think we all do. I think if that happens, the first generation of Holostars, Ian, it's going to be like all like fans of Hololive, you know?
Absolutely.
Who managed to infiltrate the whole thing.
I actually applied for HoloLive back when they were open.
Mm.
I
don't
thought
know
they
if
were
I
only
did.
2D.
No. Well, some of them, I think they'll make you a model, but that's like,
Mhm. Yeah, you don't get to keep your existing model.
yeah. I don't get this one.
Mm.
So it doesn't matter if you're 3D, 2D, they're gonna make you one that's fitting for the content they
Because-
want to make.
Mhm, mhm.
Because creative liberties are short.
I mean, from what I've heard, like you are pretty free to do whatever you want, but there are like some restrictions, I guess, you know, to like maintain cohesion, you
Mhm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in the end, they are
Makes
still
sense.
a company. They need to make. They exist to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they need to make a brand. You can't have all of these VTubers that are entirely different. You need to have a unifying thing that says, "Hey, this is Hololive. This is our thing."
Hmm.
Fair enough.
And even then, like if even if you're not looking to the more corporate side, well, yeah, more corporate side of things, there's still Nishi Sanji, and they seem like even more loose with restrictions. They very much seem just like, hey, if you want popularity as a streamer, as a VTuber, like come and get it.
I'm a little scared that's an MCN of sorts.
MCN?
A multi-channel network. They're basically a legal scam anyways.
Multi-channel network. I can't imagine they're a scam if they've been around this long. Multi-channel network. I must educate myself. Worked with.
The first
They
thing
take your
I found
money.
was MLM instead of MCM.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That's multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't really have any big goals in my life. But as a ZTuber, I'm just grow an audience, get better equipment, and maybe the big stretch goal, maybe get into shoujo. You know, that other organization based in the United States.
It seems like shoujo is mostly just like they'll accept you if you already have a massive following.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's less. I don't know if it's like a you have to be big to join us, but from what it sounds like, the original group just were like friends that wanted to make an agency for themselves, and I mean like they only accepted. Or well, a lot of why they accepted Vebe was already a close friend with all of them, so it was just like you're like unofficially part of us anyway. Yeah, I don't think it's like you have to be big to join. I don't think they're going for that vibe.
Maybe. I mean, that makes sense because if they already know each other, then it's very easy to have like.
I mean,
for them
if
to
you
work
have
together.
if you have good relations with them, you can collaborate outside. You, an outsider, can collaborate with them. Like I could, if I convince them hard enough, I can collaborate with any of the members of the shoujo. But no, I don't think I'll ever get one at this moment because, well, I'm tiny.
Hey, never say never. We'll get big.
Dream big. If you dream at 150%, maybe you'll get the 100% one at some point.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think one of the things that I'm trying to do, besides like, applying for HoloLive, just because they're open, why not? Doesn't hurt to try. Is I want to learn Japanese because, for some reason, I don't know why. Lately, my dad's like, "Hey, let's go to Japan." I don't know why, but let's go to Japan. And I'm just like, okay, I'll be the translator, I guess.
I need more emotions.
When it comes to writing, of course, I also would love to one day have like a book out there. And as it happens, I have like a gazillion tips on how to continuously write without like losing track and stuff.
I would be very interested in that.
Oh,
yeah. Giving advice is easy. Taking it,
yeah.
Yes, that's how because our grids are flatter than the Earth, even though the Earth is not very flat. I am going to go outside. I'm kidding. Whoa!
Oh, you actually went outside.
Other than that, I suppose, obviously with VTubing as well, of course, I'd love to grow bigger, maybe join an agency, and perhaps go outside of Twitch as well. There's some other platforms I'm interested in, I suppose.
Okay, so outside of VTubing, I probably definitely do want to get. The only job I see myself ever having in the future is being a programmer. Well, okay, other than the only high level job I see myself ever getting is being a programmer. So I think some goals I could say there, make money.
That's a pretty good goal.
I mean, you shouldn't think too much about like whether or not the thing you want to do makes money. I think you can make a living out of most things. If you, of course, accept the idea that a lot of jobs just won't give you the luxuries that others will do. But if you're doing the thing you love and you have like enough, I mean I think that's better than any luxury you can get.
Yeah, and I should also mention with the programming specific thing, I would advise against going into programming just because it makes money. You have to really like it because it requires such a big change in how you think, and if that is just not the way you think, you're gonna hate it, and you're gonna get paid tons of money for a life that you hate, and that's that. In the end, you want all this money to be happy.
Yeah, I know. I know. God, my mom's switching again. I don't know.
You have time to think about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Don't rush it. Really. Like, at least I just like way too many times the thing I want to do, and it's fine. You can change paths every now and then.
Yeah. I actually what like kind of nudged me to be a VTuber is I've been programming for 4 years, and I had the kind of like come to Jesus moment of like, okay, this is what I'm doing with my life, and am I happy with it? And the answer was no. I wanted to be more creative, but I hadn't done any of that with my life yet. And then the very next day, Niji Sanji is like, hey, we're looking for EN VTubers. And I'm like, okay, well, if there was ever a sign from the universe to consider a different path, then dude, that was it. I obviously no one my audition video has 0 views, so but I figured eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, keep dreaming. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, no one's going to look back at their life and be like, oh boy, am I glad I worked for so long in
Right,
this job.
right.
Eventually, we'll grow old and we have a facial hair that is grayer than my drywall. I can't come up with a good
As
Yeah.
for
Come on.
wholesomeness, like something outside of VTubing, I think I would actually like to be a teacher or
Oh.
own a shop or something.
Nice. What would you teach in, or what would you sell in your shop?
As for the shop, which I've thought so much about, I have so many ideas. But basically, it would be a board game shop, except you can come in and you can play the board games in the shop itself, and you can get like a drink, you get some food, you can hire a private room if you like, for yourself and your friends.
Those are
That
nice.
that doesn't really sound like a shop to me. That just sounds like a public area where you can do stuff.
No, so there's I have one of these near me where you effectively just to be in the shop you have to pay I think it's what, like $20 for 2 hours, and you just get free roam of all the board games in there, and they'll sell you drinks. They'll sell you overpriced drinks, but it's such a cozy place, and you can try new board games, meet new friends. I used to go to the place near me a ton, and then COVID, but they're so comfy, man. I wish you luck with that.
Yes.
That sounds really fun.
I was about to do some market research and start it, and then COVID started, so I was like, yeah, nope. Let's hold off on that.
The teaching.
Oh yes. As for teaching, I would teach either languages or maths. I really like both of those. And yeah, like for one, I'm really passionate about what are the subjects, and secondly, I just really like teaching, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so noble. Nice.
Oh gee, I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to, but yeah, I definitely will take steps to try.
I have faith. Okay, awesome. Is there anything else that anyone wanted to say, or we can move on? So we've been talking quite a lot about who we are as VTubers. So as for this next sweet question, what inspired your VTuber character / persona? How much do you play a character versus just being yourself?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, as I stated earlier, I kind of value being myself. I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of playing a character, as the character is quite different from me. I mean, Green Bay here has a different race than me in the real world has. I mean, I have to play a character somewhat, but I really kind of want to shine the personality through this mask. Oh God, where am I?
That's a really good way of looking at it, though. Like, shine your personality through the mask. That I never had to put so succinctly.
Oh, okay, it's not glitching anymore. Alright. Anyway. Oh,
Uh-oh.
God!
Okay, you might want to.
Might want to watch.
I don't know what's going on. Can I offer something that might help?
Okay.
I have to find it first. You keep hips mostly fixed might help, or where's the other one?
I don't think that's how.
Or hold on, where is it?
Hips fixed? What?
It's at the bottom. General settings. If you scroll down at the bottom, the red stuff. There's keep hips mostly fixed. That might help, but I don't know.
I mean, a lot of these advanced settings are things that are usually not needed.
But
Yeah.
okay. And where's the other one then? The one that like prevents you from moving up and down. I'm just thinking like if your model's hips are fixed in place, then you might not move as much.
God.
This is where I wish I had more VC face experience. I really only use VC face for my my Nishi Sanji edition, and then I got this commission.
Wow.
I mean, I consider myself pretty good with VC face. Prevent vertical head movement might also help, but I don't know about that. I'm trying to think of what's gonna stop your model from flying across the screen.
I don't know. I have zero like experience. My model's still glitching out. Like it's not tracking me. It's kind of in this weird state.
I mean, you look fine.
Yeah.
Really. It just every now and then.
It works. If it works, it works.
Disappear and then reappear.
Anyways.
But yeah, you had said you had valued your own personality kind of showing through, despite still playing a bit of a character.
Yeah, that's basically it. Just yeah. Let's see. Can we move the baton to someone else?
I'm.
Oh, sure. I can answer.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so before this, I had no experience in character design, or at least not visually, because of course when you write, you think about characters, but you don't really visualize how they would look. With Hinata, basically what I tried to do was, because I didn't have a lot of experience, like thinking of like, oh yeah, this concept and it should look like this and stuff. What I did was try to take what I personally saw myself as in this context of VTubing and make it into a character, So the process, if I can explain it, it's basically like, well, really, English. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yep. Yeah, we got you.
Okay, so English is clearly not my first language. I speak Spanish. So this whole idea of taking this thing that started in Japan and streaming for an English-speaking audience, like that mix of cultures and different things, I tried to make that into a concept, and the concept I came up with was this mix of like nature and technology.
Interesting.
So if you look at like first concepts of him, that Bastion from Overwatch skin where he has like all the plants and stuff. It was like an 8 robot, with the plants and some animals. But then I ended up changing that in favor of making a robot that had some like nature element to it. And I always liked sunflowers. They've always been my favorite flowers. I give them to people, as a way of showing like appreciation. And I figured, okay, so let's take that. It's like important for me personally. And put it in a character, and that's how Hinata was made.
I always love hearing the personal journey that goes into a character. Yeah, because you end up putting so much of your who you really are. It's really cool.
Yeah, but because I knew like it was supposed to be a character and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's still me, So I wanted to, like what Green Bay said before, like let your own personality shine through the mask. So I wanted to make a mask that fitted who I really was, because I didn't want to have to play a character. I want to like be myself and let that be the character.
Yes. Okay.
Can Can I have the talking conch?
Yes, you may.
I think mine was mostly based off of just like I have one of my OCs is a vampire, and for some reason I ended up liking vampires, so I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna do a vampire thing. And before that, I actually had minty green hair, and I wasn't a vampire. But once Halloween rolled around, I was like, I kind of want to do this because I feel like it's I don't know, it's more unique than just an anime girl, and I thought it'd fit me a lot pretty well. And yeah, my design was mostly inspired by MMD sour models, so like sour ring mostly, and some sour miku. I don't know if you guys have like ever seen those models, but I really like them. So I kind of took a little bit of inspiration from it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Your model is really nice.
I admit I know very little about MMD. But still, I mean, like you did a good job with it.
It was a piece of software.
All you do is you make cool dancing animations. About it.
I'm trying to dance, but my model can't do it.
Oh no. You've got the limbo down pretty good.
And limbo. No, just come on, reset, and this
There we go.
crap is happening again. Let me just scratch my nose because that thing's working again. Anyways.
I just want to like give a heads up. My phone is about to die soon.
Oh no.
If I turn off my camera and turn it back on, will it mess anything up?
I think you should be good. It might mess up the placement for a little bit, but that happened twice the last interview, so this is nothing new.
I'm gonna try and figure out how I can charge my phone while having it sit like how it is.
Awesome.
Oh, good idea.
All right.
Yeah. Up. Alright.
Just for a second.
Okay, cool. What about you, Izumi?
Yes. So the question is, how much do you play a character? Versus
Yeah,
being
and also, what inspired your character?
Oh. I get everything.
Oh, no worries. We can swing back to you. Izumi, do you have an answer?
Yes.
Oh, I
Well,
can hear now.
No.
regarding characters, I'm just me. Maybe that would be a question better asked for my creator. In which case, let's see. Well, I think when it comes to VTubers, there's probably people who either are totally themselves, or they completely play a character, or something in between. I guess that's the mask stuff. We're like, yeah, it's a character, but there's going to be elements of your personality in it. And I think that's maybe, I don't know if it's a common one, but maybe it applies. At any rate, I guess I've always been involved with computers, programming as well, networking, databases. Lewis nice. I like artificial intelligence. Of course I would. There's been a lot of thought, I suppose, put into how I look today. Yeah.
And it shows. Like, there's so much personality in your design. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I myself just feel yes. Oh, and by the way, just how my design came to be, what inspires it. Yeah, okay, it was kind of based off a drawing of some random thing I've created. It's of him singing. It's that drawing is actually partially used in my profile picture. Anyways, I did modify some things about it, and yeah, I didn't really put too much thought into this, and I probably should. But anyways, I kind of was limited by the technology of my time.
Fair, honestly, and I think you did a good job with it. I know. Like so, I thoroughly recommend Argama, which is Viroid Studio. Right? Yeah,
Yes.
Viroid Studio tutorial.
Oh my God.
She's amazing.
Oh, I
And
saw her her big tutorial when I was learning V-Roid.
Mm. Yeah, she makes it look so easy. It's
I mean,
insane.
I mean, some of her advice did kind of help me out. So,
Mm.
that witch. I'm gonna give her.
Yes,
round
yeah,
of applause.
absolutely. She very much deserves it. She's amazing.
Alright. I think,
Anyways.
And hey, there we go. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome.
I didn't know I could use this app that I'm using for tracking sideways.
Oh. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead and resize you a bit here. Awesome. And as for me, so I knew I wanted a fantasy styled avatar, because in all of my every story that I enjoy is either fantasy or sci-fi, so I was split between the two for a while. But I figured like so much of my hobbies are reading and writing, so I knew I wanted some sort of like scholar or bookworm character. And as for like who Monty would be, I figured I'd have some I figured I'd have a fantasy race that I hadn't seen in a while, or I hadn't seen represented by any big ones, because by then I wasn't too deep into the indie scene. I didn't realize there were tons of fairy scholars. I didn't realize there were tons of fairy VTubers out there. But I figured, like so much of my personality that I've had described to me is I swing between like a chaotic asshole and a very wholesome person. So I figured, what embodies that more than a fairy? You look at like stereotypical ones like Tinkerbell, who exist to help people, but they're also pranksters. So I figured, yeah, no, that's me right there. And once I had the idea together, like everything just kind of fell. Everything just kind of fell into place. It was like this is who I want to be, and it's almost as if like it took its own it took a life of its own, or rather Monty took a life of his own. And yeah, it was very cool. And as for I always like to toss this in, so I because people quite like the puns for the names. So for Monty Silana, I think I just like the first name Monty, but for Silana, in Scottish folklore, fairies are split between the Seelie court and the Unseelie court. Yeah, and so Seelie becomes Silana, and I ended up just liking it. It had such a nice ring to it.
Matimo.
I like the deep love behind the name.
It just so happens I studied a lot on fairies recently. It's very interesting.
Fairies, fairies are kind of a very rare race in this market.
Well, actually, so there's something like 10 that I know, and we're all like somewhat in touch with each other. Yeah, it's so cool. So I had the first fairy VTuber that I met, Dianco Llustrator. We had a collab earlier this week, and we're in talks of like we should do a fairy VTuber Among Us collab.
I wish I could join like a little flock of vampires. That'd be awesome.
I will find more vampires for you.
I'm also trying to find all the football fans in the world. American
There are
football.
more robots, but I haven't like reached out to them. Yeah.
I've been looking for like AIs, but there are not many. And obviously there's like the
I
big
can
ones,
only
but
melody.
Sports. I don't know where the sports-loving ninjas existed, that I would rather.
Hey, Izumi, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Remember earlier I mentioned your voice sounded really familiar? I just remember watching a few tutorial videos with and the person in it had nearly the exact same voice.
really? Oh gosh. Oh geez.
So I was
I guess You'll have to link me those after, I suppose.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now I'm curious.
Well,
Yeah, very curious. This does fit what you wanting to be a teacher. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. It's
man.
So, moving on to a spicy question. What are your most embarrassing getting drunk stories? So I should point, I have a terrible tolerance, so I don't drink much. So my own story would be someone else getting drunk.
Yes. For me, I don't even. I'm some 16-year-old kid. I'm gonna turn 17 later this month. So, and I don't know now. I don't know. If I'm like legally able to drink in certain areas of the world, but in the place where I live in, you can't drink until you're over the age of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 21, it's so old.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Okay.
I heard that the brain does not completely develop until 24.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, but drinking is such a fundamental part of like teenager culture.
Yes.
I don't know. I get
There was always drinking parties that were pretty much mandatory.
That gets political here.
for some reason Discord's not responding.
Oh no.
So it's still working though. Like
Yeah.
I
This
can
here
hear
seems
it, but it's just
kinda
like
okay.
I'll just kind of put that down there.
Oh no. So my own story. This was maybe like 4 years ago. My cousin was getting married. And it was a really fun wedding. And this was a fancy restaurant in the city. And there were maybe like 100 of us in attendance, and like during the actual party, you know, we I think there was a shoot. What is that dance where everyone, you know, holds on to the person in front of them and they all, you know, walk around in line?
Conga line.
Yes, yeah. There was a big conga line, and there was this one person who we can only assume was like a friend of a friend. He got completely shit-faced and barged into the conga line and started grinding on everyone and started twerking in front of the bride. And we're like, okay, someone get him the fuck out of here. Someone get, like, oh man. He I think some of the uncles, you know, kind of strong down him into the corner of like, hey, like, I think you really need like to drink some water and like take a chill pill. Like, oh man.
I have. Okay. That's just wow.
Yeah. Well, my story, it involves a pool, and it's not a good mix. Like, you don't swim and drink at the same time.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
Oh God.
As a kid, I didn't know. Okay.
Fair.
So basically, well, we were all kind of drunk at the time, you know. Actually, I think because it was like 20 people, it was a birthday, and I think one of us, like, how do you call it? Blacked out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So it was a little too intense for us, you know, because we were really young and stuff. And there was a point where I don't know if this worked, but I don't advise it. We started like eating coffee, you know, like powder.
Oh no.
Because we were like, oh, we're getting drunk, but we want to keep drinking. So what we can do to avoid blacking out is like eating coffee, and that like makes us less drunk, so we can keep drinking. And I don't know if it worked, but it was awful. And then we started like throwing people to a pool, and then they threw me to a pool.
Oh.
And like someone had to go, and I had like all my stuff in my pockets, you know, so my phone, and it was a mess. But
Oh, goodness.
it was kind of fun. Don't do it. It was fun.
It sounds like a okay.
Ooh.
I mean,
Once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, definitely.
it was an experience. Yeah.
Damn, that is wild.
Okay.
I was a very tame kid and teenager.
Yeah, I guess me as well. I my tolerance is not very high, so I would get drunk very quickly. But I knew that, so I almost never drink or used to. It's pretty rare. And even then, like even if I'm like tipsy or drunk, I tend to be still fairly well behaved, I suppose. I guess the worst that you'll get is like more talkative, maybe talking about embarrassing things, I guess. Maybe making some rash decisions or something.
Oh no.
Well, it's all right. It's not. It's okay. I don't really have anything like super embarrassing, other than like one embarrassing school picture. I remember one time. Oh jeez, this is more cringe than embarrassing.
Oh no. We live for this
Well, that's
stuff.
fine. I eat coffee. Like it's hard to talk.
Yeah, fair.
That's no, it's cringe because of how dumb it is, basically. Do you know World of Warcraft?
Wow.
Well, there you go. That's okay. So yeah, I was playing World of Warcraft. For some reason, I was really drunk. I don't remember why. And I remember spending the entire evening playing the game, going through raids, PvP, dungeons, and I think I was playing with the wrong group of people with no idea who was who or what I was doing, and somehow it all worked out. It was really weird. It's like when you wake up the next day, right, and you don't remember what happens, and you're like somewhere in the gutter.
Oh no.
What the
That's kind of
hell?
what happens, but in game.
Yeah.
That is wild. I love it.
Oh god. Yeah.
For me, I'm actually only 18. I'm not 21 yet, but I've had like those situations where it's like, oh yeah, you can have a little bit, it's a special occasion, and basically the other thing that happens to me, I just get sleepy. Like I'll just stare at something and be like, I want to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm a sleepy drunk as well. I have no tolerance at all.
That does happen at some point, but
Closest thing for me is taking alcohol is me accidentally drinking a tiny bit of some like Bud Light drink. It wasn't a dangerous amount. It was so tiny, and then I like spat it. I was
Also,
like tiny.
it's American beer, so it's super washed down. You're fine.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
That's gross.
God.
yeah, I would advise if you think if you think alcohol isn't your thing, that's totally fine. Definitely no pressure. But two, if you're thinking maybe I should try alcohol, don't do beer. All beer is gross. It's disgusting.
It's
Yeah.
gross. It tastes bad.
No one likes it. People drink it because it's there.
Yeah.
I just associate beer with dads and sports.
Yep. Yeah. Go for a mixed drink.
I've heard
Yeah.
of
Yeah. I've been drinking all this beer. I drink all this beer because the football team keeps on losing, and I want to no longer feel the pain. The Packers are losing to the Buccaneers. Go.
I've heard, actually, because my dad went to go visit relatives in Norway. He came back and he told me that it's like a lot of people in Norway make their own moonshine. I think it is.
Whoa. Okay.
It's either moonshine or something else. I don't know. That you make it at home. A lot of people do it. And apparently it just tastes like paint thinner. Like
That's...
it's not good.
No.
So why go through with it then?
I don't know. It's just like a thing that Norwegian people do.
Huh? I learned something today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I don't understand people that can go for full vodka or anything. It's
Oh, we both most of the time.
it's
That's
That might explain why we got to that point.
You're a stronger man than I am. I can't do that.
Technical issues. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Everything seems fine on our end.
Discord's still not responding. I'm considering closing like it, but then I just disappear for a minute.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
In the meantime, we can head on to our next sweet question. What is your least favorite social media? I have a few. I have thoughts on this.
It sounds a little
I guess
spicy, actually.
I guess any like social media that is like very like taking pictures like center, you know, like
Mhm.
what's the
Instagram?
yellow
maybe?
one with the ghost? Snapchat?
Oh yeah, Snapchat. I can't. I don't
Yeah,
understand. Snapchat.
I don't understand Snapchat either.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Instagram at least it's good for memes, you know.
Yeah.
But now Snapchat, I think it's Snapchat is the one that I wouldn't touch. I don't get it.
For me, I have two big candidates, but the one that is the biggest for me is Twitter.
Oh yeah. Oh god. I don't use Twitter that much just because it's a cesspool of garbage.
Yeah, fruit you, Twitter.
Oh god, it's awful.
Twitter's scary.
Yeah, a lot of time I wish the VTuber community wasn't so like intimately connected with Twitter, but like
yeah.
for me, I take it as a necessary evil, and I get to avoid all of the bad parts of Twitter just by being very selective with the things I follow. I only follow VTubers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, back when I did have a Twitter account, I think I was trying to be deliberate in who I followed. But the garbage, but the things catch up to you, okay?
Yeah.
And eventually my mental health was like taking a giant toll on this. I was like following a lot of sports related stuff. And then I was also starting to follow a community that was mostly full of children.
Oh.
And it was some fun, I guess, but it also had. But I think I was also more exposed to what I could call tweets that become viral for no good reason.
Yeah.
I just saw someone in the chat, Lawrence. What is bathtub vodka?
Whoa, what is bathtub vodka?
what is bathtub
Wait,
vodka?
is that just vodka made in a bathtub?
I don't know if it has to be in a bathtub, but yeah, homemade.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay,
The thing, I don't know how to do it. But what I've heard, it's that it's very potato use. Like anyone can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's why moonshine is so popular. Like, there's got to be some easy enough. It's like moonshine
Yeah,
still
I mean,
made.
in Russia, it's very common to make your own vodka.
Anyways, moving back the conversation back to where it's supposed to be. So my behavior was like getting worse and worse, and my father was noticing it, and he noticed a bit of a connection in my mental state and my usage of Twitter. So he asked me to quit, and well, it's probably the best decision I've ever made. Since then, this was, by the way, all this like mental health crap going on happened in the early parts of 2020. You know, when World War III was on the rise, when the world's greatest virus was on the rise, is when some black guy got killed by some white guy on the street.
All right, let's avoid the politics here.
Yeah,
I get it. It was rough, you know. And Twitter, of course, is the kind of place where all of those news and everyone's opinions on those things show up. You know, like it's a lot of stuff also happened like around October on the country I live in. And yeah, also I had to leave Twitter for a while because it was very intense. But I don't think that's a problem of like, you know, in itself being bad. It's just it's like an outlet, and people just talk about what it's in their minds. And when awful stuff happens, people of course will always think about that because it's shocking.
I mean, the things that are purely motivating me to just never return there. Well, one is that it's mainly because of just one thing: cancel culture.
I think it's important to know how to filter, you know, because when I went back to Twitter because of this whole VTuber thing, I took a lot of care in knowing who to follow, and basically now when I look at Twitter, I usually don't see any of the stuff that stressed me out back in the day, because you have to be careful. You have to find a community that's safe and stay in there, basically.
Yeah.
I still don't get it. How does?
And I think
why-
that's fine. You don't have to get it. And I think I'm
I
of the
don't get-
sorry.
I don't get why Twitter is the place where the quote unquote 14-year-old white girls disregard the human concept of growing. And
I would imagine
growing
that's
from your
everywhere.
mistakes.
But yeah, I don't know. Twitter's weird because it's as much as we want to avoid it, like more and more people using it for official things. Like it gets to the point where like if you have an issue with like a company and like their PR group or like I don't know, their customer service group isn't doing anything, like a lot of people would be like, hey, you have to like go reach out to their Twitter. And that's I don't know, it's weird. I wish Twitter would do better with that because they know that people are using it for official things now.
Yeah. It's very much just kind of like we all stopped using Tumblr because that whole thing happened. Tumblr died. Everyone who wasn't on Twitter moved to Twitter, and now it's just the only thing we can use, really.
It's really
It's a
weird when you're
monopolization
trying
of
to,
sorts.
you're trying to reach customer support, and there's like no phone number, no email address, only Twitter.
Only Twitter.
I don't really like the, I mean, personally, I don't see myself ever going onto Twitter there and holding AT&T accountable for their exorbitant prices on their awful internet.
Yeah, but I think that's how they get you, like it's this is maybe the second like half of cancel culture where like if you raise a big enough stink, you can get people to pay attention, like, hey, Comcast is doing this shitty thing or so and so forth.
Yeah, I hate cancel culture.
Okay,
Like-
that kind of cancel culture where you're actually holding someone accountable or someone in power accountable for something that's truly terrible, and not terrible, and they are not like sorry about it. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Anyways,
the problem, well.
What about that one thing where people on Twitter try to cancel Genshin Impact or MiHoYo because
Yeah,
God!
I did not. That was
God,
silly.
That was stupid.
That was hilarious.
That was absolutely stupid. Babe,
Oh my God.
you're just making up excuses to hate on a video game.
And the funniest
What the
part,
fuck is this?
the funniest part is they didn't even want to give up the game because they love playing the game so much. They're just like, yeah, we don't want to talk, we don't want to cancel you guys, but we really don't want to stop playing the game because we like the game.
This is so stupid. It's so stupid. Okay, another candidate. I think we can give some input into this. Another candidate. I've also used this before, but I stopped because I was getting pretty bored of it. TikTok. Oh God, I think it's awful.
I mean, TikTok, you have to.
Again, it's the same kind of filtering thing.
Yeah, but also they kind of. I mean, I don't have a TikTok, but they kind of brought back Vine.
Oh yeah, it's like Vine
I
too.
think give them that.
Wait, is TikTok technically Vine 3 since we had Musically before that?
And Musically was bought out by Vine.
Yeah,
No, Musically. I mean,
Musically was bought out by TikTok. So like,
sorry.
yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to correct you. I was just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I know. No. I know the Chinese Communist Party is ready to get all my data because that's how China works.
I don't actually know like too many social medias. Like I was like so far away from it. Like 6 months ago, I had nothing on the internet, nothing at all. I guess I like some of the ones where you can make like pictures or arts, or like short videos like the Vines. I think like that can be funny.
Yeah, I always enjoyed short videos.
Yeah, if they're like honestly like funny or something, or just like a really nice like an art drawing of an artist. You know, I like that kind of stuff.
That was when the worst of TikTok was hit or miss. Yes.
Oh yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
As for the one that I don't like, I grew an intense hatred for Facebook for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, Facebook. My
but
parents
I don't
use
know.
it.
I don't know if it's like on Facebook or anything. I just remember I had to go on it because everyone was on it, and like all my family was like, you got to do it. And so I got on it to make them happy. And then they're like, okay, now that you're on it, you have to go on my farm, and you have to like click here and do this and give me
Farmville.
Ah,
Yeah.
man.
Boy, I had so many. When I was a kid, I played a lot of Facebook games. So sorry, I probably am part of the problem there. I mean, was.
Yes.
I personally think like a lot of I mean like you see all of those, you know, stereotypes of like people that get their news from Facebook. I think that's where I get my, like that's what makes it my least favorite. It's easy to, well, I guess this is an issue with all social media, but Facebook for some reason like really stands out as being like where you share people end up sharing news articles that like no one reads past the title, and then, you know, misinformation gets spread.
Oh yeah.
I've witnessed that a ton.
They word the titles just so it gets you.
I've
And
been-
you're like, what the hell is this? And then you read it and you're like,
I've been the
oh,
victim of that.
Phenomenon on like Spanish speaking Facebook, you know, because there are like a couple of Spanish YouTubers that for some reason their fans started like taking old pictures from them and putting in their like wanted criminals list. You know, and people from Latin America who didn't know who these Spanish YouTubers were started, and basically, I mean, I think it died down, but there was a time, you know, for example, when the whole Amazonian fires thing started, there was actually people like hunting down these guys that only like played games on YouTube.
Jesus.
So yeah, definitely the misinformation part of it. I mean, it was funny, but it also was a big no-no.
yeah, that's gross.
All right. This I didn't bring a much more spicy question than I was expecting, but we will move into a different flavor of spicy as we ask the question of has the direction of your life ever changed dramatically? And this one is a kind of a vaguer question. I had the idea of, you know, like if you've ever thought you were going to do something in life and maybe something the path of your life changed, or you know, you had like a certain dream or something changed.
Oh yeah, plenty.
When I was in preschool,
No, it's okay. Go first.
okay. When I was in preschool, I wanted to be a fast motorcycle rider. But I think mostly moving across the country has really changed it a little bit. Like, I don't know. I'm going to a different college than I thought it would be. Things just start ending up a little bit different than I really thought they would be.
Yeah. I've never moved, and my college was a commuter one, so I just kind of lived with my parents the entire time. So I've never gotten that experience of, you know, you're picking up your entire life and moving it somewhere else. I feel for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
tons change.
Same. I've moved so many times, different houses, different countries. Each time is a pretty big jump, and it affects so many things. Like, I used to write so much in my native languages, but if you move countries, then unless you write in their language, no one's gonna be able to read your stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to change all of that too, and obviously I had to learn like different languages based on where I moved to. And then there's the whole like dropping out of university, changing jobs in like major ways. There's been so many huge changes. Even just VTubing, to be honest, is a big leap.
For me, there was a point in my life when I was very young. Well, you know, like the kind of ambient, the kind of environment where you grow up, it shapes a lot of your personality. And when I was very young, and I don't know how to like preschool, you know. I went to a school where I was like constantly ignored by people, like no one knew who I was, that kind of stuff, and that made me very shy. That made me very like quiet, and I never like spoke out and stuff like that. And at some point, my parents noticed that there was something wrong with that, and they took me to another school. That really changed like everything. I was like 12 when they transferred me, and that's basically where I met like all of my high school friends, you know, and that's where I first learned to like interact with people, because before that I wasn't used to talking to people. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't like understand like basically all of the things you learn where you're like in first, second grade, you know, preschool. I had to learn them after that, way after, and that was a massive change for me.
Yeah, that must have been really hard.
Oh,
I'm glad you made it through it.
what? No. What is the question again?
Has the direction of your life ever changed dramatically?
Yes. Has the direction in my life ever changed dramatically? I don't necessarily remember. I mean, one big change was when I moved to my current house. It wasn't far away from the previous one, but it was definitely a big moment in my family's history. This was the first house my parents has ever bought.
Ooh, congrats.
It was definitely something. And after less than a decade of being in this house, it's truly home. Yeah, when we moved to this house, there were some changes. Some things like the routes to go to school were, yeah, honestly, if I could say one thing, the dramatic changes in my life were very small.
And that's fair. I think, especially, you know, being young, there's had less time for things to happen, and I very much knew that, you know, going into this question, not everyone would have an answer. I've asked this question a few times, and not everyone has had, you know, big dramatic changes, and I think that's something to be maybe not proud of, but something to be grateful for, because I think we all want a smooth life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as for me, I think, well, I mentioned it before, you know, like, I'd been programming for 4 years and wanted to be more creative in my life, and haven't really been doing that. So me committing to, you know, I'll be Monty and I'll join this creative community and stream, and finally like kind of force myself to write and do all the other stuff I wanted to. I'm still trying to figure out how my life should work, but I'm very happy that I, you know, kind of committed to this, and was more than just an code monkey in an office.
I like that word.
We monkeys are going to be dead anyways.
Okay.
I quite enjoyed programming. For as short as it lasted, it was really enjoyable as well.
Yeah, the only programming I did was for school. Yes, yes, I am taking a class. It can be kind of enjoyable to write up a project and see it come to life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But some of my ex-coworkers, we were talking about projects for like an app, with like the ambitious project of if this gets big, we can make money off of it, and everyone had so much energy and excitement in talking about we can use this technology and that technology, and I was like, I don't listen. I like programming, but not to this extent. And that was kind of like what woke me up to it. That maybe it wasn't my passion. I like it, but I don't want to define myself with it.
It's so important that you find something that you really, really enjoy.
Right. Awesome. So,
I mean, you take this whole VTubing thing like it's a whole different change in your life. Well, I just took it as just another hobby.
Yeah, and I mean that's totally fine. I think a lot of people will just take it as
Oh gosh.
I think a lot of people will they already play games, or they'll sing, and they figure I can just do this but while streaming. And I think that's a totally valid way of going about it. Not everything has to be this big meaningful jump into VTuber. I know a lot of people who are just like Pochi Sensei, the artist, she only became VTuber just to wind down and relax, has no ambitions about it, and I think that's totally fair.
That's really cool and sweet. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I guess I'm one of those people where it's the other way around, where like for me it's like a complete change of pace. I'm the kind of person who like usually like doesn't talk at all, and so going into streaming where like all you do is talk.
I'm not good with words. Yeah, here I am.
I maintain that just about every VTuber out there is shy and introverted, and it is a wonder any of us are in here.
Oh yeah. I think that's what is most enticing about it to people, is that it's something where you don't have to show your face, which I think that's what people like about it most.
I mean,
what gets them into it.
I mean, I'm definitely more comfortable about showing my face than the average VTuber, but I have recently became more valuing of anonymity.
Yeah, and that's fair. Yeah, and building off what Swift said, I wanted to stream in the past, but what kind of like stopped me was I wasn't comfortable with being on camera, and
me too.
I was always worried that like, but if people realize how weird I actually am, they're gonna judge me for it. But if instead a cute anime boy is weird, then that's just normal.
Yeah, you're gonna get these things.
Funnily enough, I tried before as well. I'm actually okay with like camera things, but the thing I'm not okay with is my voice. Oh,
your voice is amazing. I've had that this entire time. Like your
voice is it's very calm. In a way.
I've been trying to place where your accent is from.
Me too.
Time.
Good luck. You'll never guess.
But it's an extremely calming and soothing accent. I do really like your voice.
Yeah, I can see it like in like a storytelling kind of way.
Yes, absolutely.
Like it's very fitting to like take a book, like a fairy tale story, and just read that. I think that would be amazing.
I guess I'll have to keep it in mind.
See, even chat likes your voice. I have to tell her it all the time.
Yay.
No, I'm much the same way. Like I had a lot of self-confidence issues with my voice. I personally think I slur all of my my words. So when I started VTubing, and I had like multiple people telling me, "Oh, I really like your accent." I'm like, "You're lying to me. You cannot actually be thinking
No.
that."
No,
That's Monty.
You're right. I gotta get better at taking the compliment at face value. Have confidence.
I mean, I remember one time I did use my voice is to talk with an old friend which and lap on Amino, and I use it to describe something, and that person praised it.
Oh, nice.
Anyway.
Nice. Yeah.
Anyways,
Everyone's voice here is great. I should reiterate, everyone, including myself, I have to take it.
people
Yes,
always
you
think
do.
I'm a 12-year-old boy.
No, okay.
Wow.
So when I heard your voice, I thought you were like early 20s actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
yeah.
Yeah, every time I'm on like some kind of game, people are just like, I'll be honest, I thought you were 12, and I wasn't
Oh.
sure if I should be talking to you, and I'm like, no, I'm 18.
I mean, from voice alone, I can assume that the Swiftration is, probably in her 20s. Monty is probably, from the context, I'm gonna assume that Monty is somewhere in the mid-20s-ish.
Good call. They're
thought-
turning 26 soon.
Oh, I had a
Mm.
feeling.
Ooh,
I always sound like younger than what I am. Well, at least that's what I've been told. But I don't know. I've like learned not to care too much about
Yeah.
my voice because,
Mm.
I
of
mean,
course, like
For you, Hinta, you
just
sounded,
I'm
if I could judge you
comfortable with
for voice, that you sound like the. I know you are of South. No, Central American. But I first thought you were Indian. I know that too.
Oh, no, it's okay. I get it. I get why. Yeah, I've been told that in the past. No, I'm actually from South America.
South America?
Yeah.
What?
Mm.
Okay. God, my avatar sometimes just. Again, let's just wait till I fall down and then I can have tracking again.
Awesome. So let's head into our next sweet question. What is the dumbest thing you've ever done as a kid? I ask this question every so often, and
That's
the
hard.
kids are dumb. It's great.
There's a
I
subreddit.
don't-
I also think I've done more stupid stuff at my age now than as a kid. Like, I'll just eat snow because I've never had snow before, so
That's fair.
I'll just eat snow.
I mean, you have to try out cat and dog biscuits as well, if you have a cat or dog.
True.
Yep.
I've never
I
had.
don't know if it's like a dumb thing, but it's something that I did that at the time was like quite embarrassing.
Mm.
Now I'm okay with it, but at the time it was a little embarrassing when like friends found out. When I was little, and there was this trend of Minecraft YouTubers, I said,
Mm.
wow, I want to get into this thing. I really want to, but I only have like an old laptop and no microphones, no camera, anything, and I felt like I needed to show my face, so I used the web. And the illumination was terrible. The light was terrible.
Oh, no.
It was like a PowerPoint presentation. It was really.
Are you okay? Great.
I'm just give me a second. I'm gonna get some water.
Oh no. Alrighty.
Okay, but yeah, that was my first attempt at doing YouTube or anything, and it was a mess. But I mean, I guess I had fun with it,
Yeah,
It
well,
was
that's
like
the most
cultural.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while ago, I tried to stream art on Picardo. It's kind of like Twitch, but just for art.
Mhm.
And it was like 2 frames per second. It was really bad. And I was
Oh,
like doing
no.
it on like a laptop, but I still had fun with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what I've done a lot of like sort of dumb things as a kid, so I don't know like what sticks out the most. So one I kind of lean on, in middle school. Well, okay, so in elementary school, I was the cool kid because I was good at running because kids are stupid and that's how they figure out who is cool.
Good measure.
But like early high school, I was no longer cool because I'm a goober. But I figured, but if people see how athletic and acrobatic I am, I will become cool. That's how that works. So I had this habit of unnecessarily jumping over chairs and stuff because obviously.
Nice.
I like that. I was thinking you were gonna say when you walk into a classroom, you jump up and slap the top of the door frame.
Oh, everyone did that.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
everyone did that. Goober is such a nice word. Thank you.
Goober.
It's so well encompassing though, like dorky and But so one time in gym, well, multiple times in gym, I instead of jumping over some of the gym equipment, I would jump through it. There was this one gym thing where you're sitting down and there's a bar that you pull down, and this is supported by 2 parallel pillars. So obviously I would jump between those pillars. Except one time I messed it up, fell over and scraped the skin off like the inside of my left leg. Yeah. And it was gross. No one noticed because apparently like I made enough of a recovery that like no one noticed that I fumbled over until later on in class when the gym teacher was like, "Hey Monty, why are you bleeding? What's going on?" Yeah, I think I still have the scar, and it's why did I think why? Kids are stupid.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, something similar happened to me when I broke my arm a while ago. I mean, it was like 5 years ago probably, but I didn't notice, so I have that excuse. I didn't know it was broken. I was just
Oh no.
weird. It's like red and 3 times bigger, but that's okay. And then the next day, my uncle, who's a paramedic, he came to the house because he needed something, and he saw me and he was like, "Dude, when did that happen?" I was, "Oh, yes, the other day." And then we went to the hospital, and it was actually broken inside.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this isn't nearly as bad, but like I feel like my hips haven't been able to, work as well as they used to ever since riding horses. For like a month after falling off of one, my knee.
Oh jeez.
My knee was messed up.
That sucks.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of my. I'm trying to think of embarrassing things I did as a kid, but I mean, I probably have done stuff, but a lot of them probably have gone way past my memory.
Which is good. Then they won't keep you up at night wondering why you were so dumb.
I mean, I can barely relate to the many memes I've seen of embarrassing action keeps you up at night, but but I do sometimes get embarrassed of one time of me making a joke one time on Twitter, and it was less than a year ago, okay? I one time made a joke and people didn't take it, and I had to explain, but I don't think I did it the best way. So, I don't know.
Yeah, needing to explain your joke over the internet and like the tone being all off, it feels so wrong.
That day I really learned about how the concept of the fact that not everyone's able to to take your joke at face value, and how it's not very obvious is. But I mean, Twitter had flat out canceled people for even more obvious jokes. So yeah.
Izumi, did you want to speak?
Hi. I think I have plenty of stories that are like
Ooh.
cringy or silly. I have. I'm not sure if there's any bone in my body that I haven't broken yet. But I'm here to make the sweet questions into spicy ones. So
I like it.
A story where me and some friends, as dumb kids, decided it was a good idea to break into a house under construction. Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, far.
Bold.
Yeah, basically we wanted to have like a haunted house experience, and there was none of them around. So we thought, well, let's just do this one. Like, you know, it's scary, it's spooky, it's dark, there's all sorts of like weird tools and things, and like some of the walls aren't in, and there's like all these like wooden planks all over the place, you know.
Did you get caught?
Well, yes, actually, and that's the second dumb part.
Oh
my gosh. Not only did we go in and explore in this pretty dangerous place that belongs to someone else, not only did we forget one of our flashlights, the flashlight also had one of our names on it, so...
Oh no.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Parents
The
were not...
evidence.
Guys, I'm gonna leave for a second.
Okay.
Be right back.
Chill.
Yep. Oh no. I had forgotten that would mess up the placement of. Actually, I can sell this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh no.
Everything's
Oh,
all
no.
goofy.
Uh-oh.
For what it's worth, this is
It
not the
wasn't
first time this would happen.
It wasn't as bad as when it happened to me, or when I left, because it just changed one of us.
So this is the unfortunate thing of just green screening the Discord thing. The moment anything changes, everyone's position messes up. This is probably fine. Let me actually. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and move us to the next spicy question, and while we talk about that, I will figure out the positions. Is there anything about yourself that you regret? Spicy question indeed.
Do you mean like things you don't like about yourself, or...
Yeah, or things you'd like to go back in time and change.
I'm trying to. I've been holding this power bank or this power strip in with my legs this whole time. I gotta readjust it.
Oh no. Can copy that. Oh boy. Sorry for scuff, everyone.
Scuff makes it better.
Scuff makes it better.
Stuff.
It makes it more authentic.
It got personality.
Wait, where did that go? But so one thing that I the main thing I regret about like my past, I guess, is I thought so I have terrible social anxiety. So with like high school and college, these are times to like reinvent yourself and meet new people, and I kind of never did any of that. So with college, this was commuter school, and it was like an hour there by train, an hour back, and all of my programming classes were really late in the evening. So instead of being a socially active person, I would instead just wake up at like 4 p.m., go to school, come back, and then play video games. That was it. I barely talked to anyone. I met some cool people, but like I only have one college friend now. I made like no attempt to join clubs or meet new people, and it's now that I look back on it, it's just like this. That was such a perfect time, because I had the freedom of not having a full-time job. Why did I not do anything with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would have. I would have liked to do the same thing, except when I moved here, I had 1 year of high school left, so I had my senior year here. I wish I could have talked to people more, because I don't know a lot of people. I've only talked to a few people. So, I guess now that I'm in college, I gotta take advantage of trying to try to meet new people, despite the fact that it's all Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Actually, one person in my class last semester found out about me VTubing through my Discord status, and I was like, oh boy! Yeah, she thought it was cool though, so.
Oh, cool, nice. Yeah, I'd worry about that. Cause my Discord is just like my personal one, but I've rebranded, but that also means like everyone that let me hide that. Everyone that I was friends with before, like they can see like, oh, Monty's streaming, and all it takes is for them to click it and be like, oh, they're VTuber now, cool. So I've always been so scared about that.
I think I'm just grateful that the guy who saw me through streaming on Discord thought I actually watched Hololive, so he was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Cool. Nice.
Oh, gee.
Meanwhile,
I don't think anyone I know would understand, or yeah. Which is why they won't find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried like explaining it to one friend I have, and they're like, okay, like I support you because you clearly like this thing, but I don't get it, and I don't think anyone would get it, like from my circle.
I think that's how my dad is too. He doesn't understand it, but he's like, yeah, you go.
Whatever makes me happy. Say again?
Well,
That's where you're cutting off.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried. My computer, it is messing some stuff up. But yeah, can you try again?
Now?
Oh, yep. That should be good.
There you go.
Yeah, that's better.
Yep.
So I was saying that I had a lot of opportunities. I had a lot of opportunities to like learn skills that at the time I didn't see the point, and now I'm like, oh, yeah, I should have learned to do that thing. That I can do it now, but I definitely lost a lot of time by ignoring opportunities. You know, like if I just went in and took every one of them, I would probably like play like 3 instruments. You know, I would know another language, stuff like that. You know, like I had an opportunity to learn Polish, and I didn't do it. I had an opportunity to learn how to play bass, and I didn't do it. And I definitely should have.
I feel you.
Yeah. It's always silly because like I don't know what it was about our mentalities in the moment that made us like, oh, I'm gonna pass on this coding. But like you never look back in the past and be like, wow, I really wish I didn't try that one opportunity. You know, like to be sure, there's like, oh, I shouldn't have made that dumb mistake, but like small things like, oh, I should be more social, I should learn the bass, I should pick up this skill. Like you're not gonna regret that in the future. At most it'll be like wasted time, but that's still not something that sticks around. I don't know. And then well, did anyone else want to speak? I don't know if Izumi spoke.
Oh, well, 2 things. First, in relation to VTubing and people not understanding and maybe finding out. There was so first I did a lot of work to make sure that doesn't happen. Except I was setting up a Discord server and I was failing so hard.
Oh, no.
So I had to call in the help of my little brother, who's like really good with that kind of stuff. And so I basically had to like tell him like, okay, don't Just don't ask questions. Just fix the Discord. Just don't look at anything. That was a little embarrassing, I suppose.
Oh no.
Luckily, he's cool.
Just gotta Google it.
Yeah. And as for things that I regret, I guess the opportunity thing is a really good one. Especially actually when it comes to streaming. I've had so many great opportunities where I could have like really gotten into streaming. For example, I got into like the alpha of Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, both games that I really like, and yeah, I really like them. So I could have probably jumped on the hype train or something and kicked off, but then I didn't. And it just kind of like kept happening again and again. Like an opportunity comes by, and I'm like, nah, it's not. I can't do it. So I don't try, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, things like with all these moving countries that I've done, I think either I should have not done it or done it sooner, because it definitely like kind of messes things up a bit. But you know, hindsight 2020 and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of like what ifs, you know.
Yeah. And I for anyone willing to listen to a soapbox, yeah, I really think, you know, yeah, maybe not commit to it, but like give it a shot. Whatever weird opportunity comes your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
So, would recommend.
Yeah. And then so I am hearing the unfortunate news. Green Bay does indeed have to leave a bit early. Something a bit urgent came up. This is unfortunate. But please do check out Green Bay's both their Twitch and their YouTube. That is in the description. We're very, very sorry that you did not get to stick around. It was fun talking with you. But we are going to go ahead and come to a bit of a close with the interview with our last sweet question and our last question overall. What is your weirdest fear?
Oh no.
I mean, I have a couple, but I don't know if they're weird.
Ooh.
I think they're very common. Well, I have a well, spiders of course are very common, but I have a thing like very specific with swimming in anything that isn't a pool.
Okay.
I think that comes from one time where I was camping, you know, because when I was a Boy Scout, we did that a lot. And there was this river, and we were like racing to the other side, you know, who could get to the other side faster, swimming. And I'd never been a good swimmer, but I was like, oh, I like, you know, you're a kid, you want to be a cool kid, you know. And I just went in, and I didn't know how to handle it. And how do you call it, when the river like takes you like downstream?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Swept out with the current.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that happened, and I was desperate, basically, you know. And it took everyone like a long time to realize I was like going away. So at the end, someone like went in and grabbed me and took me to the out of the river. But yeah, that definitely like cost something, because now I don't like those kind of places like at all. So I guess that's a weird fear, you know, because it comes from a very specific thing I lived.
Fair. That's terrifying. Yeah, very understandable.
I mean, now I'm okay with it, you know. I tell it, I said, oh yeah, you know, that happened because it was so long ago.
I mean, still, if something like that happened to me, I know I'd be neurotic about that for quite a while. So I you know, I have the like basic assortment of fears, you know, blood, heights, bugs, But
Yep.
the really weird one that I still don't, I haven't like been able to pin down is eyes. Like just yeah.
Oh.
Like
But do you eyes like just eyes, or when something happens?
something
eyes.
happens to the eye. Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Awesome. Okay. Now we gotta.
Okay.
I'm back.
Awesome.
Gotta
Hey.
reshuffle.
Reshuffle everyone. Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can,
boy.
I can go if you need like time to change stuff.
Yeah. You go, and then I'll finish up after.
Okay.
So,
I think a lot of my fears came from like my weird fears were mostly when I was a kid. So I one of them was vacuum cleaners. Like I had nightmares about my dad's shop vac coming to suck me up into oblivion. I don't know. Another one was algae. I hated algae, and I also hated jets in like hot tubs, and I hated jets and hot tubs and like those like kind of lighter jets and regular pools. Like they freak me out for some reason. I don't know. That's all I can really think of. I'm mostly by now I've gotten over that.
Those are good though.
Mm-hmm.
I
When I was
don't
a
remember a
girl-
lot of my.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of my fears, but I do. But one fear that is very potent to me personally is the fear of heights.
Mm-hmm.
One time I was so afraid of heights that it prevented me from going onto various slides at Noah's Ark in Wisconsin Dells. It's a water park,
Mm-hmm.
the largest in the nation.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I can't do heights. Like even was it so you know how like most shopping malls, all the banisters are usually glass. I can't be near that because of I always wonder like what if I fall over? What if someone pushes me?
Okay, my fear heights isn't that. Okay.
I'm terrible with it. Like in the second floor story, it's like I don't know. Oh, my thing with eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, obviously, you know, things happening with eyes, like eye squick is gross. But so like I don't quite know how to explain it, but I used to get night terrors, I guess, where sometimes I would have like waking nightmares of there would be eyes on the walls, and that would only intensify as I started to go to sleep. So the only way I could like prevent that is to wake myself up with like my phone and like use the flashlight and be like, okay, they're not there, like logically they're not there, but then I have to stay awake to prevent any of that, so that I'd have like sleepless
Get
nights.
out again. My mother wants to do the internet thing again.
Oh no, oh boy.
Oh god.
The shuffle. But yeah, eyes are weird, man. Izumi.
What do you
what's
think
your-
about contact lenses?
I cannot.
Oh no.
I have glasses in real life, and I've been thinking between so I don't think I could do contact lenses just because the me touching my eyes every day I couldn't. But even like LASIK surgery, I heard you have to be awake for LASIK, and
Oh.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like just what if you like blink? What if you like move your eye wrong? I cannot.
I've never thought about that.
In Dead Space, I don't know if you've played that.
Oh yeah, I've heard about the Dead Space, the eye thing. Yeah.
Oh, I
Like,
need to
you're
look that up.
your blood. That's like a childhood trauma. The eye surgery that you have to perform on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Oh wow. Isn't
What
there a
about,
scene in God of War where you literally have to like squeeze someone's eyes out by pressing L3 and R3,
No.
and you see it happening like from the person's perspective?
Oh.
Can't do that.
What about eye drops? How are you with eye drops?
Oh,
'Cause I hate eye drops.
I got
What
good
is
at
that?
them. So they're like a really small bottle. Usually, like if your eyes itchy or if you have like allergies, you can like squeeze it. Yeah.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. And it's I have really bad allergies, so I just like had to get used to them eventually, and it took a while. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
And it's I don't know. Eyes are weird. I mean, luckily I haven't had like a night terror anytime, like in the past few years. But you know, just one of those happens to you, and you're like, okay, never again.
Uh-huh.
What about you?
I've had night terrors, I suppose, but they're like boring ones. Like there's nothing really interesting or unique about them. It's just things like ghosts, viruses, insects, water, I guess. I can't swim because, well, I'm an AI. But yeah, I can't swim, so I guess water is scary.
Fair.
But it's nothing like fun or weird, I'm afraid.
I honestly like I would prefer not having weird fears.
Yeah, of course, I suppose.
Yeah.
Definitely not afraid of contacts, though. I've been using them for a very, 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 very long time. Every day.
I am very jealous.
It's like, I was a bit weird the first like 3 weeks, I guess, 3-4 weeks. But after that, it kind of becomes routine.
Yeah, that's true.
I should probably learn how to use them eventually.
You know, the saddest thing is when it comes to cosplay, you will need sometimes contact lenses to change your eye color. But I can't do it because the contact lenses are never strong enough to give me the vision that I need. So
oh no.
Yeah, either I run around with the wrong eyes, or I do put them in and I can't see for ships. Yeah.
The one character I've always wanted to cosplay for like years now would require sclera contact lenses, like the whole eye, which I really don't want to do because I've never even worn regular ones.
Ew.
It's scary.
Oh wow, I've not tried that either.
Yeah.
What am I trying though?
If you mind sharing, who would you cosplay as?
Oh god. I have to call myself out. All right.
Yep.
Well, I know one of my friends is watching me now. You know exactly. It's this character from a Korean RPG MMO. His name is Ad. I don't know which version I would want to do. Probably Diabolic Esper. I really don't think anyone's gonna know, but if you do, thank you for knowing.
Yeah, I would.
Googling.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
No! You're the typing!
What are those things coming out of?
Wait,
Stop.
my Google Foo isn't good. Can you put it into Discord?
Oh yeah, I'll okay.
Meanwhile, chat gets it.
Hada.
Oh.
I'm gonna send another one, Mad Paradox. That's like the version of him a few years later after that. The game has like kind of like an evolution like Pokemon thing. Like think of Eevee.
Oh.
Got different paths.
Very cool.
Different evolutions.
Why not in chat for all of us? You guys get to guess.
No!
we would not be torturing Swift this much.
It's just embarrassing.
No, the design is really cool. Like really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice to kind of
Super
follow
cool.
fashion like that.
Looks hard to
Celebrate the character.
cosplay though.
It does.
Yeah.
It does look hard. But I mean,
I don't-
that's where the fun comes from. You know, like being able to do a really impressive cosplay of something that you would like technically impressive cosplay. Like that's impressive. Yeah, it's
Yes.
nice.
You can do it.
Yeah, about it.
I'm tempted. Do I let Lawrence look it up or do I not? No.
Oh, that's true. Just because what if there's more suggestive pictures? Get the wrong impression.
No. Oh no!
Should I put something up?
I'm remembering all the weird stuff I've seen from that game.
Uh-oh.
Grin.
Oh,
I like how Spock says maybe it's better no one sees the game itself. It is a bad game.
Oh. I like it. Awesome. So, if there's nothing else left to talk about, this is indeed our final question. So thank you all so much for coming to this, agreeing to this. Thank you everyone in chat for coming. I'm sorry that this was very this was on the scuff side, but it's fine. Everything's fine. The scuff gives it personality.
Yes.
But yeah, so if there anything that you guys are doing, like upcoming streams or upcoming content for fans to be excited for?
I don't know. I would think just for me, just continuing like Little Nightmares on Oblivion.
Nice.
I'm thinking someday I want to do a VR chat stream.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Or Skyrim VR. That one.
Ooh, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I should get into Skyrim VR. I've had it on my wishlist for like a while.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't it make you like a bit motion sick because you have to like physically look down, but like something about not walking and walking at the same time? I don't know.
Oh no. I'm actually fine with it.
You get used to it pretty quickly. I used to get really bad VR sickness, but my brother got around it like immediately, and I'm very jealous.
Skyrim VR is really hard to play without mods. Like, it's really not fun without mods. So like, I have mods that make it when I look down, I can actually see my body and can actually pick up stuff in the world, because you can't normally pick up stuff in VR. In Skyrim VR, it's weird. It's like Bethesda, you failed us. Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, you've done it again. But yeah, I definitely let us know if you're gonna do that. That sounds really fun. I'd love to tune in.
That'd be cool.
Izumi, any fun streams coming up?
I mean, that's subjective, but I do plan to finish Slay the Spire soon. I'm speedrunning through Nier Automata, and incoming weekend, I'm actually going to participate in a D&D stream on, I think, Koibu's channel.
Ooh, yes, we need more D&D VTubers. Question: who do you play? What do you play?
I don't know yet. I'm going to have to make a character, I guess.
Ooh,
this
interesting.
week. Yeah. It's gonna be really cool. Hi. We have a wonderful group, and it's a really exciting game.
Yes.
So I look forward to it.
Absolutely. We need. I'm excited to hear more and more VTubers into D&D. I love it.
Yes.
What about you, Hinata?
Well, right now I'm doing mostly like RPG horror, like Misao, Mad Father. I finished it last night, and now I want to do Misao and others. But in the future, I also want to diversify not only towards more games. I'm figuring out how to do writing streams, and maybe have the audience like have input in what I can write and what I can't.
Yeah, that's so hard. That's hard.
Yeah, but it's hard to figure out how it would work.
Yeah. I had that issue early on in my streaming, because I knew I wanted to incorporate writing and streaming somehow, but you don't see writing streams too frequently. But earlier this month, I just kind of like went for it, and I literally just wrote most of a chapter on stream, and I thought it'd be short. It ended up being like almost 4 hours long, and there was a lot of chat interaction, and it was just like, why? My writing is terrible. Why is anyone watching this? But yeah, I definitely just go for it, and I think you will find the audience that appreciates it. And let me know. I would love to. I'd love to tune into more writers doing their craft, and I think I have a lot of fans that would be interested in that as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and that goes for you too, Izumi. I would love to see some of you writing.
I don't know about it.
Awesome. And as for me, probably next week is gonna be a lighter week. This past week finishes off 6 collabs. So I'm as a big introvert, I'm very drained.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I saw when you first posted the thing about interviews. A lot of people wanted to do one.
Yeah, that was the second time I posted on the Aspiring VTubers Discord, and the first time I got all of 2 replies, and this time I got 30.
30?
Yeah, and for a while it was just like, okay, I'll just take everyone that comes in, no matter how long it takes. But eventually it's just like, I cannot. Very man tired, very much so.
I got picked. Like I responded really late.
Yeah.
I really admire your capacity to do that. I couldn't.
I don't know how I did it. I truly don't. And this is like of that kind of advertisement. This is only the first half. Like I have another 4 coming in next week. And then I'm probably gonna just take a break after that. But so this upcoming week, I've heard amazing things about It Takes Two. So I'm gonna just take the entire week, and all I'm gonna do is just collab with my brother, and we're gonna do that.
It sounds
Try
fun.
and try and beat.
Yeah, that should be fun. Me and my brother are we are each other's best friends and biggest bullies, so it'll be great. Oh, Lawrence, it just shows how amazing you are at this. Thank you. I had mentioned this to the guests early on before the stream, but going into every interview, I'm exceedingly nervous.
But you're really good at it.
Thank you.
You're so good.
Thank you.
When you first messaged us, there was just so much professionalism. I was like, wow, this guy's really good.
He knows what he's doing.
The vast majority of the prep work, like the survey that I sent you guys, I was making that on the spot, and after the first person responded, I was like, oh my god, I forgot this in the survey. So I would edit it live and hope no one asked me about it. But hey, it worked.
It worked out well.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah. These are always really fun, and I'm glad you guys thought so as well. So okay. Do you guys have any final things you'd like to say to chat? Any farewell messages that you usually say to end off a stream?
Not really. I just kind of be like, and yeah.
Fair.
見てくれてありがとう。また後だね。
Aw. I love it. Hinata?
Well, not much really. Just I hope you have a fun time. I hope you have a great day. And thanks for coming. At the end of the day, it's the audience that makes these kind of shows and drive us to do all these things. And of course, thanks to Monty for doing all of this. I really appreciate it. It takes a lot of skill. And I couldn't do it. So thank you.
Thank you. Would you believe me if I said I was like a massive introvert, and yet I've done 7 massive interview collabs. Like who even does this? Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, to everyone in chat, everyone lurking, everyone in VODs, thank you so much for coming by. Please, the social medias for all of our guests are in the description. They're amazing. Please check them out. Please check out their check out the channels. Check out Green Bay Warrior. I feel bad he didn't get to say he didn't get to say his own farewell. So please do check out Green Bay. And from me, you lovelies, this has been Monty Salon, your favorite fairy scholar. Thank you for the fun stream. Have yourself a good evening and goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.